Today on Suncoast View, it is time to celebrate our 3rd anniversary with our favorite moments and a special road trip.
And we took a trip to Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, and we found some friends. We'll chat with the host of ABC's The Chew to talk about how to make food so much more fun.
And speaking of fun, there's plenty of it at the Epcot Park as they celebrate their 35th anniversary this year. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show and welcome to our 3rd anniversary celebration.
Yay,
it is great to be here celebrating. Of course, senior producer Joey Panic up with us because he is an important part of our family, dysfunctional as it may be. I'll get it out.
You know what's funny is I sat up all night last night like, okay, it's the 3rd anniversary, but that means we're going into the 4th year, right? So
yeah.
We completed our 3rd year.
I had to count this morning.
I went back and forth.
Now, we should admit, our anniversary date is actually in September, but that large kind of disruptive thing called Hurricane Irma that showed up in September kind of broke up our fun a little bit.
She was not invited to the party.
She wasn't. So we moved the party till she was long gone because we don't like her. So we actually then had the chance to take our show on the road to celebrate. So we are excited to be back today to tell you all about it.
And I say celebrate all month. I did it for my birthday. I think you all should celebrate the entire month. So we did.
Yeah, you and Bo Beth are good at that.
Celebration doesn't have to stop when the day ends.
It's just a date.
You gotta keep it going.
All right. Well, we're going to keep it going.
It's a feeling.
We're going to keep it going this whole year. But, of course, we like to capture our celebrations and our memories and something we can keep forever. And we want to welcome back Suncoast artist Michael White. He has been here before doing characters of us. He is with us again today, and he is going to capture
I like the beer.
the personality and essence of our 3rd anniversary. So he's going to be working throughout the show, and we will check back with him a little bit later. But, you know, over the years, we have been honored to kind of be the subjects of several different artists, and we'll take a look back at them. Michael has been here before. This was actually his first character of us, which I do love, that we were all together, and some very Suncoast things around, the seagulls, the manatees, the sunshine, so that's a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so thin.
Do you remember this? I know, it's like the tallest I've ever been. This is a fashion sketch by Amy Sikora, and she had us looking fine. So these are all things that Joey decorates his office with, which makes me feel good.
Yes, I look at you all on every wall.
Here is our most unique, and I have totally forgot about this. First of all, I think we look phenomenal. Do you remember this? Do you know what we're made out of? We're made out of espresso grounds. This is espresso art, and I'm probably going to screw up her name, by Tracy de Chevron Valet from Clever Cup Coffee Shop in Gulfgate.
I remember that.
She makes art out of espresso grounds, and there's just something about the shading of that.
Yes.
I mean, that's phenomenal. We look very sexy in coffee
I like
grounds.
this image.
I do too.
Now, this one is not in my office, but if it was, if I would get tired in the afternoon, I would just go kind of lick the background just to get a little caffeine kick.
That's creepy.
The background.
But he would get energy. It's espresso. I get it. I like
And
the
this is why we
idea.
call the family slightly dysfunctional, because someone always has something odd in their brain.
You're gonna lick the picture.
Yeah, alrighty then.
But we are family. We've got each other's back, and we have great fun together.
Absolutely. They're good, the bad, the ugly, and it happens all every day. And that's okay. And in between, and we like it like that. Well, of course, we wouldn't celebrate with one of our good friends in the kitchen, and it's someone who was with us on day one. So welcome back to the beginning of year number 4. Cheers to you, Michael Clark.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you, Michael.
Fantastic.
There's
Cheers.
nobody that has a better party. Of course, you brought some of your favorites today. Give us a preview.
We've got some great bubbly, some great sparkling wines, fabulous champagne, only the best for you all.
Oh, I like that.
We like that theory, and we like having you with us, so thank you. Michael is such a part of our celebrations. I know that he has taught us what champagne he poured at his daughter's wedding. I called him when I was getting married to ask for advice on what champagne to pour at my wedding. So he's just kind of the person we think of when we think
He
celebrate.
is the part of most everybody in this town celebration.
Well,
He's at every party in town.
If I didn't have this job, I might want his. I got to say that. I'm going to go there
Follow
next.
him around. Just follow him around.
We'll shadow you.
Yes.
Cheers.
Well, cheers.
Michael.
Thank you very much. Cheers to the first day. do you believe it? It was September 8th, 2014. That is when the show began. I know we all had different thoughts and feelings as we came about it, but we want to start with what we looked like, because everything from our graphics to our people to the cast and crew looked very different in the beginning. Let's take a look. Chill, mellower music we had. We've kind of picked things up again, but I know the story that I like to tell people is that when we first shot all of those different images, or many of them that you see there, that was the first time we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
When we were doing the pre-promotional shooting.
Yes.
And we really had so much fun that by the time we got through all the promotional stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna like this. I like these people.
And you all can attest that that chemistry, especially right off the first day, does not happen often in this business,
No.
No,
right?
it does not.
I agree.
It is a very competitive business, and you're respectful to the people around you, but not always best friends.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we've been extremely lucky.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. Things you can't pick.
And
Yes.
you know, I think the funny part about it is the chemistry just blends. It just happens. It's not something that we're forcing. It's not something that we even pre-think. I remember at first they were telling us to read some of the stories in advance so we'll know what we're going to say, and then we quickly realized that no, we don't need to. It's like we all will find something to say and something that will complement or interact with each other.
And
just
it's okay if we disagree, because
Yeah,
what I
yes.
love most is when I see Bobette's wheels turning, and then she's like, I don't agree, and out it comes. I'm like, that's okay. That is okay.
It's
We
what the
have
show's
never
built
walked
on.
off here mad. We have never been mad at each other.
That's what I love about this. I think before going in, I was afraid of that. You know, if someone disagrees with your opinion, and it's become now in society where you can't disagree with someone's opinion and be their friend. If you disagree, you guys aren't friends. And I think one lesson that I have learned is that we can actually still love and be friends and disagree, and then don't take it personal.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I get
absolutely.
emails from viewers, and one of my favorite things that I'll hear is that a home is divided. You know, like someone will write me and say, you know, I didn't agree with what Bobette said, but my husband agrees with her, and we're going to
that's
talk about it
interesting.
tonight.
Well,
And
that's
I love
good,
that.
because we want other people to be
Yeah.
talking as well. Well, we like that you're here for our celebrations. We have had fun at all of our anniversary celebrations, although they've been very, very different. So this was our first anniversary show, and we did it in the studio, as you can see, and we actually did it with a live studio audience. So a lot of fun to have our good friends. You'll recognize Mickey Williams, Rebecca Vargas, of course, Joey was there.
We've got a beautiful studio audience.
We did have a very glamorous studio audience, and Michael Klobber was there as well with the
Yes.
bubbly. So that's how we did the first celebration, kind of in our home with cakes and goodies and our favorite chefs and decorators, and that was a great experience. Just kind of an
Like when you move,
energetic
yeah, like when you move
celebration.
into a home, you want to have everyone come celebrate with you at your place.
Exactly
And it
right.
was
So
a big
there
deal.
everyone is. We
fun.
invited them to our home. And then last year, it was very, very different. We did our first on-location complete show at Florida Studio Theater's home on their stage. So again, a different experience, a lot of fun. We still had our favorite people involved, but many of them were sitting out in the audience.
Yes,
and that was a
large
different
studio
dynamic.
audience.
Yes, a very, you can see it. The place was packed.
First time trying to recreate a show outside of our space as well,
Yeah.
which was fun and
Fun and stressful
there's
all at the
Bello.
same time. Bello was there. Our friends grow each and every year, which we certainly love. And then this year kind of honestly evolved by accident, but isn't that sometimes how the best
Yeah.
things
Yes.
happen? That due to Hurricane Irma, we sort of delayed any thoughts of doing anything right at that time, and it ended up corresponding with an invitation to go to Walt Disney World and participate in the Food and Wine Festival. So you will hear more about that as we go throughout the show, but that was kind of
So
our
we took
big...
a vacation for this anniversary.
Yeah.
We did. We took a road trip.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Absolutely.
That is okay. So, Joey, I want to bring up guest hosts real quickly, because part of Joey's job is to craft what you see every day. And he usually picks who's sitting in that seat based on each and every day.
Yeah, so the show began with the wonderful Regina Hopper was in this seat, and she was the fourth host. And then as time and careers move on, this seat then, when she departed, became a rotating seat for guest hosts. And as you remember, there were about 5 of us that were in that seat. And over the last couple of years, it's been great to bring in other people. So we had, you know, people that were here, like Rebecca Vargas, but then all of the arts organizations started sending in representatives, and we've really developed these long-time relationships with them. So this seat, I hope, is always a rotating seat, because I think it just brings so much to the show. It brings more views, you know, opinions.
Different views to our view. No, I agree. And to get other people in the community involved.
I think that's good.
They seem to like to come in. I think it's a new experience for a lot of people who've never done it. And we certainly look at that as a guest in our home, and we want them to be comfortable and have a good time.
And we get to know these people. Michael Donald Edwards from the Oslo. I was so in awe of him and so afraid of him. I mean, I saw him as very dignified.
And now no more?
He is hilarious.
And he's given us some of our favorite moments.
Yes, he has. So to celebrate this anniversary,
I love him. I love him.
We're going to take a look back at some of these moments you love so much. We've each picked some of our favorite. And for me, it was definitely the honor of raising our guide dog puppy, Wrigley, and to work with Southeastern Guide Dogs. Almost exactly 1 year ago, my daughter Reagan, my co-raiser, brought Wrigley home to our home. He's been a part of our Suncoast View family. He slept at the office, hung out in our newsroom. I'll admit I miss this guy dearly, but he is away at college right now learning great, great things. But I will never, ever, ever forget the one time my jaw truly dropped on the floor when Wrigley met all of us right here in our studio for you. Let's take a look at the video. Remember that day?
Yeah, so all right, so I'll give a little backstory. So Stephanie knew that she was going to be getting Wrigley that weekend. She did not know that Wrigley was going to come to her at the show. So this, and it's hard to surprise this one, but this was a true, genuine surprise. And
it really, and I've had very few in my life, and some of the ones I've had I didn't like because I have a control problem, and I like to know what's going on. But no, this, and you know what? It was literally, and I know this makes me sound like a big dork, it was right up there with having a baby placed in your arm in the hospital.
He was a member of your family.
Seriously, that dog has my heart. I look forward to giving that dog and my heart to someone who needs him, but it was immediate. It was just, it was a really special moment. So I really thank you guys for giving me such a great surprise and being able to share what really has been a very important part of my life and my family's life with everybody.
We love him.
Thanks for walking him and cleaning up after.
Even though I did all the work, but that's all right. I love you anyway. It's like being a mother at work. All right, Linda, you've scratched a lot of items off your bucket list with us.
This has been so awesome. My favorite thing in the world is live entertainment. I've been doing Suncoast Scene now for 13 years, but you can't see all the plays. There's so many. This, we were able to bring segments from all of the plays in, from almost all that came to the Suncoast. So every arts organization, every theater would have just one song on, and then you know what you want to see. You get to know a little bit about it, and you see some that you just know you can't miss. So it's like a smorgasbord. Everything is on the table, and you can just pick and choose a little bit of each of them. So this has been the most fun part of the whole thing for me, besides getting to know you guys. But then, okay, my very favorite show, I hate to say, was Les Mis at the Manatee Players. I love that show. And Ken Rapinski played John Valjean. And I thought, I've got a crush on that guy. Then I discovered, no, I didn't want to go on dates with him. I just wanted to watch him perform. And he told me, you're a fan. I've never been a fan before. So I guess my highlight was when Ken came to sing a birthday song that he wrote for me. Take a look.
Linda, a rainbow, Linda, a sunrise, Linda, the moon to wear.
Oh, Linda.
That was very, very sweet. And I'm a fan, too.
It. He is so awesome. He toured the world with West Side Story, and he's back. So I hope we see more of him soon.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of songs, Linda, you're not the only one that had a song.
Here they go.
I had a song written just for me, my own song from Florida Studio Theater. And when I say this was like an earworm, it like got stuck in my head for weeks on end. So it was like they did it as part of the improv troupe that was here, and they stopped by, and I want to take a look at this. So everybody can get stuck on it.
All right, let's take a look.
Bobeth is happy, she's someone who never hates. But don't get on her bad side, cause she will investigate. Oh, hey Bobeth, there's another thing about.
Oh, see, that improv troupe was one of my favorite memories because that sort of encapsulates what we love: the arts, the humor, the quick wit, poking fun at each other in a loving way.
And I'm ready to buy that single on iTunes.
We gotta hear the chorus. The chorus was the best part.
Then you'll sing it the rest of the day. Well, you are also, to me, the adventurer of the show, and we do many of our adventures together, but you do always want to get out and do stuff.
That is true. I like to get physical and get involved, and I love the field trips that we've taken. A lot of them have taken us to places that you know, even though we've seen it in the community, we wouldn't actually go, but we have literally gotten to do all kinds of things.
But we didn't get arrested,
No.
just so you know. That was an outing.
That one was one of the escape rooms. We pretend, well, not pretend, but so the scene was you're arrested and you're trying to escape from the room and you have a certain amount of time to do it. And we couldn't do it. They ended up having to give us a cue to escape. But yeah, I mean, I love them. I mean,
I have to bring up one part though. So
I know
Beth
where
and I, you know where
You
I'm
knew
going with
this was
this.
gonna appear.
Yes, we went to ride BMX bikes at our world-renowned track right here. Watch the right-hand side of your screen if you haven't seen it. I throw up every time I see it. We are racing.
Oh, Bobeth.
Beth took the hardest spill. My heart and stomach were in my throat. I mean, I'm like, oh, she's so hurt. She must have broken her shoulder. This is going to be horrible.
And your producer dad said one thing before you went.
okay, this is the funny part. We were told distinctly, do not get on a bike.
Yeah.
Do not, like, and it was, we were told individually.
We
They
were.
told me.
We
they told
broke every
Stephanie,
rule.
And then they told the PR person that was in charge of the interview.
And we ignored them
not
all.
let us get
So
on a
you can
bike.
see that I have a lot of clout.
But you didn't even cry.
I
She's
didn't know
tough.
that I was hurt until I got home.
A really hot firefighter helped her out, so it all worked out. But
Yeah, it was.
she's the only one with a scar from the show. I will say that.
A year later, I still have the scar on my back.
All right, well, as you can see, we have lots of fun. It is very fun to take a look back, but we can't wait to share the fun we had in celebration of this anniversary. We're going to take an inside look at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival after our happy hour forecast.
Again, with your first alert weather forecast here live at Lakewood Ranch, where we have Music on Main taking place, and the weather looks pretty good this evening. Some sunshine, some high clouds around, but currently not too bad out here with most of the shower activity well north. Let's go to the maps and show you what's going on with Nate right now. Nate is still gaining strength in the Northwest Caribbean. It's looking healthier, much healthier on the satellite imagery. This could be going to through some rapid intensification now, so we'll have to see what the 5 o'clock update is. But the latest update, we have winds at 50 miles an hour. It's moving to the north-northwest at 21, so it's moving fast, and it's going to be on the shore there of Louisiana or Mississippi or Alabama very quickly on Sunday, late Saturday, early Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's not going to have an impact on our weather other than creating some high surf around here, and we're already starting to see some higher tides as a result of increased water in the Gulf. Well, more on the forecast at 5. See you then.
The 22nd annual Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is underway right now at Walt Disney World. And since eating and drinking is such a big part of our show, we decided to hit the road and check it out. Take a look.
Epcot's 35th anniversary. How is that making the Food and Wine Festival a bit more special?
So this year, to commemorate the 35th anniversary, we have 35 marketplaces, 5 of which are brand new to food and wine this year. We actually have over 100 different food options and about 125 beverage options as well.
So it's going to take us a little while to make the rounds here.
It is, but you have 75 days this year, so you don't have to squeeze it all in one.
Okay, and it's not just about food and wine. There's lots of different things for families to do too. Explain to me Hide and Squeak.
So it's a scavenger hunt. You can visit all throughout World Showcase, and you find little statuettes of Remy all over World Showcase and maybe a little bit in Future World. And then when you were done, you turn it in at our Disney Traders merchandise location and you get a prize.
Tell me about things that are specifically different for food and wine.
We have 4 new brands this year for food and wine. We have our Taste Your Way Around the World option, our Brews option, and then we have our Remy option as well, and Figment. So we have 4 new lines that kind of have different tastes for everybody. We have tumblers, hats, glasses, take-home cookery, take-home growlers as well. So lots of new stuff this year, which is really exciting. We recently launched mobile ordering on our My Disney Experience app. You can access it through the app. You place your order. You can customize what you want, salad, hamburger. You can do all that on the app, and then you can even pay for it right on the app. So when you get to the restaurant, you just tap, I'm here, pick up my order, and there's a special line for you to go in, and they'll hand you your order.
That may be the best time saver mom advice I have ever heard at Disney. Maybe next year we can order the wine ahead of time.
We'll try to work on that for you.
And what kind of highlights are there when people go out? What are they going to be seeing and eating and tasting?
Well, we brought back some old favorites that have been gone for a while. Spain, India. We've blown up the menu in Africa a little bit. We've changed over probably about 45% of the menus. We've just enhanced or reimagined. Well, we've got a sampling of the menu from Spain, which has been very, very popular. We have a classic paella, a seafood salad, and what we've fondly referred to as the cozy cone. It's a charcuterie in a cone.
Wow.
We have the lentil stew from Africa, and then from India we brought the ever popular chicken korma. Well, what's nice about working here at Epcot, and actually Walt Disney World as a whole, is the diversity of our cast. No matter what cuisine we speak. I'm not an expert on Indian cuisine, but I've got 3 cooks from India that we take this menu to, and they hone it in and they turn it into their own. And there isn't a cuisine that anyone can think of that I don't know at least somebody from that part of the world. Because we've had the Light Lab, where we kind of play with your senses. We play with food from taste and appearance, but this is the first time we brought sight into it. So the room is completely blacklit. Your drink will be one color when you're inside the lab. When you walk out, it'll be a totally different color.
Oh, that's
so we're kind of playing with your senses there.
Obviously, the food and wine are the celebrities of the Food and Wine Festival, but we have some really exciting entertainment that is spread throughout the park. Frozen Ever After, that's everybody's favorite ride.
What is it like?
Oh, it's exciting. If you love the movie Frozen, you're going to enjoy the ride. You have our soaring attraction up at the front of the park as well. So some of your everyday activities that you can come and do at Epcot, they are obviously still here for you to enjoy during the Food and Wine Festival. Voices of Liberty, they're an everyday win if you come to Epcot. Something special about the Voices of Liberty is that they have been performing at Epcot for 35 years, and we just celebrated our 35th year anniversary. So they have been performing here since the park opened. Candlelight Processional, that is one of our highlights of the holiday season here at Epcot. We definitely have some exciting celebrity talent lined up to come and share the story of the birth of Jesus, as we are surrounded by a 40-piece orchestra and a 300-piece choir that sings some of your favorite holiday songs. Illuminations, fireworks. For the holiday, we will have a special holiday tag that is there every single night. So if you get a chance to come out and see it, it's always another highlight of the holiday season and something only you can see at that time.
This wasn't our first trip either to Walt Disney World. We'll look back at some of our other field trips there. In just a minute, we'll be right back.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59, ceramic tile 99 cents, and 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents, but these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms, and if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. Call Tax 10,000 at 800-817-1064.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back to our 3rd anniversary celebration. Character artist Michael White with us, and I see the drawing developing. Joey, are you kissing Linda?
You know,
there's something going on over there.
It's an anniversary.
All right. You know what happened? Michael Klauber brought the champagne, and off the party people go. So we will see more from Michael White coming up. Bill Beth?
Well, one of the highlights of our 3rd year together was one of our trips to experience Pandora, the world of Avatar, when it opened in May at the Animal Kingdom Resort at Walt Disney World. Now, inside Avatar, there were so many amazing rides. My favorite was the Flight of Passage. That was amazing. Of course, you got to see all the different things about just the world of Avatar. It was amazing. It looked so beautiful, like the movie, as if we were there. They had wonderful drinks. They had other rides like the Navi Culture River Journey, where you actually got to experience all of the just
So
immerse yourself
right?
in the culture.
You made new friends.
Linda made
The
a Banshee
Banshee.
friend. Yes. That was a great trip, and we were all together. It was like we were on a vacation like a family.
It was.
It really was like a family vacation because we were all experiencing something new together.
We were on the boat together. We were sitting side by side on the ride.
That ride was so amazing.
Oh,
I want to
was.
go back to it. I felt like, I didn't think I was going to like it because, it's one of those virtual reality things. But it was the realest thing I've ever been on.
Yes. Fastest you've ever gone sitting still.
And just like, regular life can kind of bog you down with your family. You're like, oh man, I'm tired of you people. I live with you all the time. Like, not that I ever feel that way, but going somewhere on a road trip and experiencing new things together,
Brought us
like,
together.
yeah, it makes us realize how much fun we have together, and it was just a great experience.
I should remind you, that was not the first time we went to Disney. That our show actually did get to meet The View, the big ABC. We call them the Big View, when they came to Animal Kingdom Resort last year. So that was a nice opportunity. And Stephanie, on behalf of all of us, got to ask all of the burning questions she was dying to find out about how the Big View keeps their chemistry. So that was a nice trip, and I love that we all keep going to Disney together. I should point out, since it's an anniversary, and I'm not your parent, but as the producer, I'm going to embarrass some of us with a little rarely seen footage from our trip to Disney that once again is going to make the light of day. Take a look.
Good job, that was awesome. Let's take these out of here. We're going to go for a snowball fight.
Okay, you're just lucky I play along. That's all I have to say.
Maybe a little backstory. We did get an opportunity to have a little fun with the Disney crew and be part of one of their videos. We had no idea what was happening, but
go big, people, go big.
Yourself, they say go big.
Get
or go
in front of
home,
the green screen.
Listen,
and
I took theater in college. If you're going to commit, you're going to commit.
I will say you went big.
Yeah, thank you. I did go big. And Linda had gone, I forget where you were off to, but it ended up being Joey and I the only ones left. And you know what I remember thinking? I'm going to get these two for
They
leaving
knew
me
what
here.
embarrassment was coming.
I'm going to get you two.
We decided not to do it. But next, we have another big trip to tell you about and how we met and spoke to the host of The Chew on location. We'll be right back.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or been diagnosed with another asbestos-related cancer, call now. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Thousands of hardworking men and women have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers put profits ahead of safety. Manufacturers knew the risks of asbestos exposure for years, but knowingly manufactured and sold deadly asbestos-containing materials, putting millions of American workers at risk. These manufacturers have tried to avoid compensating their victims, but the courts have ordered them to set aside an estimated $30 billion in trust money for the victims of asbestos. Call now to see if you're entitled to a portion of the $30 billion. You could receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or going to court.
Call 1-800-990-7362 now for a free legal consultation. Again, that's 1-800-990-7362. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back as we continue our 3rd anniversary celebration, and we took our show on the road. But we were not the only ABC show at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. We were lucky enough to be part of the studio audience for a taping of The Chew at Walt Disney World. Afterwards, we had the chance to talk to our new friends, and they are so much fun about how they make food fun every day. Let's take a look.
You guys make cooking seem so easy. On our show, we attempt to do a cooking segment that never goes well. How do you project that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, I've been cooking professionally most of my life, but cooking on TV is harder than cooking at home because it's just harder. You're cooking, you're talking, you're doing all these different things. So, Clinton said it a million times. I think it's like anything else. You just got to practice a little bit more and get comfortable with it. But and get good culinary stylists.
Well, I'm a home cook, like most people who are watching the show. So if I can do it in the studio, or if I can do it in my house, you can do it as well. Like, I feel as though I'm the inspiration, where it's like, these guys own restaurants, and they really, they're iron chefs and all that stuff. I'm like, the guy who taught himself how to cook. So if I can teach myself how to do a perfect roast chicken, so can you. And then you just take it from there, level by level.
And you also know how to throw a heck of a party, which is kind of why I think you're here.
Yeah, I like the sauce.
You have a lot of fun during the show. I see you dancing, enjoying your time, and you project that energy. How do you feel that people watch, and one of the reasons they're doing that is because of how you make them feel?
I think that being here, I am honestly, truly, and genuinely happy to be here. And I think that because we're having fun, that is infectious, and people at home want to have the same fun in their kitchen. So they're like, okay, if I see Carla having fun at the studio, then I'm also going to have fun while I'm cooking at home. And that's what we want them to do, because we want them to actually cook for themselves at home.
How do you take being an acclaimed chef and make food something everybody at home can understand?
Well, fundamentally, everything that the Italian cook does is not really fancy technique. It's about buying good ingredients, treating them simply, doing it in as less time as possible and creating something that you all want to share. So it's not that hard. The Italian cooking vernacular is something that everybody knows how to do in Italy, so everyone in America can too.
Okay, I have a question. Everybody wants to know, but they're afraid to ask. How do people get your jobs? Everybody out there say, how do I prepare for that? How do I get that job?
I've been preparing for this probably all my life. I had done theater. I just think my prayer every day, and let me tell you this, is authenticity. So whatever you do, I don't care if it's on television, I don't care what you do. If you can be authentic doing it, then you're in the right place.
So like, if you want to be a chef, don't do it because you want to be on TV. You're wasting your time. If you can find love in the food world, find it that way, and maybe your TV star will shine.
Meanwhile, watch the Chew, right?
Exactly.
We all do that. Do you guys practice before a show? Do you sort of rehearse what you're going to do?
I mean, they talk a little bit about themes. It's a very loose rehearsal.
Rehearsal in quotes.
Rehearsal quotes. Like they'll give us a bunch of topics. We look through the topics. Clinton usually, says, "What do you think about these ones?" and tries to get the three of us focused. And then
Which never works.
It's terrible. It never works at all. And then we it's a lot of ad-libbing.
A lot of ad-libbing.
A lot of ad-libbing.
Yeah, we go through the step-by-step of the recipes just to make sure we know when, we throw a commercial break, or if you're, interviewing a guest while cooking a recipe, you sort of they say, let's get the recipe started, then you ask a couple of questions here, and then you put the recipe back in the oven, that kind of thing.
I've known Carla for about 7.5 years. We see each other a lot. I would say we're the two highest energy people on the show.
Yeah.
In 7 years, I've seen Carla tired twice.
Wow.
That's for 2 hours. Both of them were at my house in the summer where she knew she could unwind just a little bit.
Yeah.
She took a little nap. She didn't do anything for about an hour and a half, and it drove her crazy.
I have another question. I ask this every day on the air, but okay, what is your life lesson? What have you learned in this business, in your journey, that you can pass on to others?
Mine isn't in this business so much. My grandfather's 99 years old. He's going to be 100, and one of the things that he always says is, always take the steps. And it's just like, life isn't about shortcuts. Sometimes, you take the steps. The elevator's there, but take the steps, and you learn a lot more along the way.
Great. How about you?
Well, this is basically coming from working on television for a long time. I've learned what other people think of you says more about them than it does about you. So don't worry if everybody hates you or they don't like what you're wearing, they think your hair sucks. If you feel good about you, that's all that matters. And if they are going to be critical of you, it's about something missing in them.
One more question. Is your 99-year-old grandfather married? Because I'm almost 80 and we'd make quite a pair.
You guys would make a lovely pair. He's not. I'm going to set that up.
Okay, I'm done.
Match made right here. Doesn't matter where we go, Linda.
Well, if it works out between me and his great-grandfather, then all of you are invited to the wedding.
When we'll eat so well. That would be
Tropical
the food would be phenomenal.
I smell a Suncoast Chew.
Oh my goodness. I will tell you, we loved every bit of them. They're wonderful people that made us so much more excited to now get to watch the show and understand the personalities behind them. So be sure and join us watching The Chew every day right here on ABC 7 at 1 p.m. Okay, coming up next, we've got a game. There's always a game, but this is a big one. We're going to test our food and wine knowledge. Cheers.
Oh, boy.
I know your glass is
We'll
still
do well
full.
with wine.
This is champagne. This is champagne.
We already got that wrong.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now. The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Consumer Expo is coming to the Venice Community Center October 6th and 7th from 9 to 3. There'll be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy the great food court and see new boats and cars in the outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber Consumer Expo, sponsored in part by ABC 7. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The piles that just won't go away. Why Sarasota County is waiting to pick up some of the debris in certain areas. Plus, a reason to get silly. How laughter can do a world of good for your heart health. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jack. And it's beautiful out here. A nice sunshine, some high clouds around. No rain in sight at this point. Things are looking good for Music on Main right here the first Friday of the month at Lakewood Ranch. And you can see behind me they're setting up. The band is setting up. We got Kim Betts and the Gamble Creek Band going to play some great music here tonight at Lakewood Ranch. Come on out. As I mentioned, the weather's looking pretty good. The radar picture showing some showers well to the north and some well to the southeast. They're few and far between. We'll have more coming up at 5.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Well, you would think that after 3 years together, we would all know each other pretty well, or at least we might know how the other person thinks. So we're going to put that to the test. One of my favorite things that we do on the show is play games. So we have a special game today, Password. The way this game is going to work, we split up into 2 teams. So Stephanie and Bobeth are one team, and we allowed ourselves to choose our own team names, so they are Team
Winos.
Winos.
We're the Winos.
That one is self-explanatory. Linda and I are Team Stop to Pee. We decided
on road trips.
If Linda and if we take a road trip, Linda and I ride together because we like to hit the rest stops.
Like every 10 minutes, they're really annoying.
And we like to hit the bar.
So Team Winos are going to go first. Now, so the way this game is going to work, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and Stephanie has to try to get Bobeth to guess as many clues as she can without using the word. Their clues all have to do with anniversaries, parties, celebrations.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So we have our 30 seconds. And, all right, go for it.
Go. When it's my birthday, I throw a
party.
Wine with bubbles.
Champagne.
I like to get these at Christmas and my birthday.
Presents.
A gala. I wear a gown. He wears a
tuxedo.
When someone's happy and doing something great, you say,
congratulations.
You came to my on the beach.
Wedding.
The guy that plays music and pushes the button so we can dance.
Director, DJ.
DJ. I scoop and put it in my cup. Sometimes it has alcohol in it. At a kiddie party, it's Kool-Aid. It's a big
Jello?
round thing.
Jello shot, sugar.
It's
all right.
Yeah.
Big round thing.
That's time.
That was
All
a
right.
punch bowl.
That was good. You guys got 7.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
All right,
All right.
Linda.
Good job, girl.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I was like,
Are you ready now? Team Stop to Pee. So we should be refreshed.
Do you need a bathroom break before we go?
I think we're all right.
Okay.
We can make 30 seconds.
Okay,
Our clues all have to do with food and wine. All right.
Okay.
Are we ready with the 30-second music? All right. And go. All right. It's a utensil. It's not a spoon or a knife.
Fork.
You open up wine with this. It turns.
It's a wine opener.
Oh, second word is different. It's like a tool or something. Well, I can't say that.
Not Michael.
A rabbit.
Cheater.
A rabbit.
Pass it. All right. This is a pink wine, and it's white blank, even though it's pink. And I think you like it.
Whites in the down.
Yes. This is fish eggs, but it's a fancy word for it.
Oh, it is
Caviar. No, we already won.
All right. Team Winos won. No surprise.
Now, you said you had some fun bonus questions.
Well, I figured, I thought we might get a tie at least, but I have some bonus questions for the ladies. These are all trivia questions, so if you are a die-hard Suncoast View viewer, you might know the answers. I'm guessing they're not. All right, the first question. In a recent craft segment, what was Linda concerned that she might not have?
A hoo-ha! I remember this!
This is right. We had an art instructor who was saying, yes, now you paint the hoo-ha. And Linda was afraid she didn't have a
And then
hoo-ha.
I found out it was a whatchamacallit.
Yes,
Or a
it's all good.
thingamajiggy.
Exactly.
And we all have hoo-has. Well, Joey doesn't.
So maybe their memory, I'm going to keep moving. So maybe their memory is a little better than I thought. All right, this one is about Bobeth. Which over-publicized celebrity did Bobeth refuse to talk about in Hot Topics? To the point where she said, no, we're not talking about this, and she moved us on.
It was the Michael Jackson, wasn't it?
No.
No?
This was an over-publicized celebrity.
Guys, want me to tell you?
See the celebrity's name, and she
Linda,
said, no,
do you
we're not
remember?
talking about this. What's the next topic? What's the next topic?
Yeah, who?
Kanye West?
Yes.
Oh, Kanye. Yeah. Okay.
One of my favorite moments from behind the camera, we had prepped a hot topic, and Bobeth said, no, he's gotten enough airtime. We're not talking about him.
But
Love
she
it.
did claim that black people don't claim Michael Jackson. You've also said that. That's one of my
This
other
is true.
favorite lines, so I'm
This
just
is
saying.
true. Things that really happen on the show for 200. All right. Which celebrity interview, this is getting a little tougher, was Stephanie's secret crush?
I can't remember his name, but he was the one from Sports Center or ESPN.
Yep.
Last name, it's not an avenue, but it
Dang it.
lives on a
street.
Last and.
So his name would be?
I don't remember his name.
All right, it was close enough. It was Kirk Herbstreit.
I'm sorry, honey. I love you too, Mike.
Yes. Satellite interview with Kirk Herbstreit. We couldn't get her to rap. It was exciting. All right, now this is a tricky one. Which of the following is not a past career that Linda has revealed to us on this show? So this
Okay.
is not a career that Linda
Not
had.
a career.
Okay.
A second grade teacher,
Okay.
a jazzercise instructor, a chicken seller at a farmer's market, or a social worker.
It's either B or C. Did she teach jazzercise?
You think it's jazzercise or
I don't
chicken
think,
seller?
I think it's a chicken seller.
No, she lived on a farm. She could have had chickens. I don't think she ever taught jazzercise.
But I don't think she sold the chickens.
All right, I'll go with Bobeth. C, she never sold chickens.
I think we've stumped them. She did sell chickens.
I told
at a farmer's
you.
market. She was not a social worker.
I was never a social worker.
And you were jazzercise?
Wait, you were never a social worker?
jazzercise teacher.
I thought you were on the way to a social work job interview.
Yeah, but I
never
ran
got
into
it.
the boss's
I never
car.
got. Oh my
It
gosh.
was a tricky one.
Yeah.
Linda,
Linda
you
needs to
got
show
it.
all her
They
own.
won the first one, but we stumped them in the end. All right. Games are a great big part, but so is art. We cannot wait to check in and see the results of our live Suncoast View caricature. We'll be right back.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now before it's too late.
Make us swim! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy
destroy everything. But with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your couch coat for just $19.99. And it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now and you can double your offer. Get a second couch coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Well, we love getting to meet Suncoast artists, and we're so excited that for our anniversary, we have Michael White in the studio. The whole hour he's been working on a caricature of us, and Michael, it is perfection once again. You have captured all of our personalities. Take us on a little walk through, starting with Bobeth on the right side. Take us on a little walk through.
Well, you know, I just put in some of the things you guys are famous for your wine and for your music and your working out and cooking segments, for your celebrations.
I think I'm screaming.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? You've captured.
And the red lipstick especially.
Looking at Bobeth, you have Bobeth's eyes perfectly. You have when
agree.
Stephanie laughs, she throws her head back at the bottom.
I know. I was just like, that's it. She's going off the page.
Linda's
She's off the
eyes
page.
and
She's
button
crazy.
nose are absolutely perfect, and it looks like I'm about to kiss her. So it's everything that our
You
show
might not
has.
expect.
Yes. Michael, this is fantastic. One of our great local artists, Michael J. White Art. We're so happy to have you here, and
Thank
we're going to let
you.
you keep working as we head in to meet one of our other favorite Michaels, Michael Klauber, in the kitchen, where we're going to celebrate our anniversary with some bubbly.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. More employers can now refuse to pay for birth control. But President Trump is changing about the Obamacare contraceptive mandate. In First Alert traffic right now, there's a crash in Manatee County. It's on US 41 in the northbound lanes just before you get to Haven Boulevard. Now let's get a check on our weather with Bob Harrigan live in Lakewood Ranch.
Scott, thanks. It's beautiful out here for Music on Main, the first Friday of the month right here at Lakewood Ranch. We've got Kim Betts, a local favorite right here, playing along with the Gamble Creek Band. And they'll starting off at 6 o'clock tonight. They're setting up right now. And behind me, the weather couldn't be better. We've got some sunshine, some high clouds around. We are going to have an update on what Nate is doing as it gets ready to set and move into the Gulf of Mexico. All that coming up today at 5. See you then.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC 7 News app.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful. That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
The Venice Area Chamber of Commerce Consumer Expo is coming to the Venice Community Center October 6th and 7th from 9 to 3. There'll be free health screenings, door prizes, and products and services from 75 area businesses. You can also enter to win $100 in 5 drawings each day. Enjoy the great food court and see new boats and cars in the outdoor display. Parking and admission are free. The Venice Area Chamber Consumer Expo, sponsored in part by ABC7.
And welcome back. A celebration isn't a celebration without some bubbly. And the perfect person to help us with that is Michael Klobler. And so, Michael, tell me about some of the things we've been sipping on all day.
Well, I mean, I know that you all love bubbles, and it's no trouble getting them here for all of you to enjoy. And I've enjoyed watching you going through them, especially for an anniversary like this.
Yes.
But I brought 3 different, 2 sparkling wines and a fabulous champagne, and they all kind of talk about some things that are coming up this fall and you know, for the season. So the first one, the one on the left here, is from South Africa, and you know how much my wife Terry and I love taking groups to South Africa, and it's from Graham Beck. Fantastic property in Robertson. Terry and I visited there on our trip this summer. So this is a sparkling wine from South Africa, and fantastic property. And in fact, Peter Ferreira, who's the winemaker, the wine master, is going to be here for Safari Sarasota.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to have a visiting winemaker. You all know that we're going to have Chef Anna here from Landalozi Game Reserve. So this is South Africa's absolutely #1 sparkling wine property.
And I have a question about it. It is very smooth, because sometimes they have that bite on the back, and that can kind of make your nose tickle. This has none of that. It is as smooth as can be. What property is bringing that?
Because it's a balance between Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, and so the Chardonnay gives it that smoothness.
Very nice.
If you have a lot of the Pinot Noir, that's where you can
when
pick
you
up
get that little.
okay. But
very
this
nice.
is very well done. The next one, which I'm going to pop for you, is from California. The very famous Schramsberg Winery came to be celebrated in 1972 when President Nixon served it at a state dinner for the Chinese, and it's been used at state dinners by every single president ever since.
Really?
So
that's a fun
this
fact.
is a fantastic property in Napa Valley, of course, and it's a rosé, and you all know how much I love rosé because they tend to have a little bit more depth and density and work, I think, beautifully with food. There are so many different things that you could imagine enjoying this with. Even some beautiful oysters with some type of a sauce on them too, so that it wasn't so so it wouldn't be overpowered by it.
And Michael, are these all bottles that you can find in the wine cellar right now?
We have all of these at Michael's Wine Cellar, and absolutely we do.
And you know what I find amazing? A lot of the times you think champagne, you think expensive. A lot of these are not very pricey.
No, the Graham Beck is under $15.
Oh, is it
the
really?
Schramsberg is in the 20s. And our third one is, but yeah, there's great stuff. Hey, it's easy to go out and find expensive wines. For me, the fun, what Terry and I love doing is exploring the world and finding those great little gems, those great special values. So you've got coming up, you've got the big champagne tasting at Michael's Wine Cellar in December, which will showcase Schramsberg. We have a champagne class coming up in the wine cellar in November, so a great opportunity to learn more about it. And for our third one today, this celebrates wine, women, and shoes. And the major sponsor is Veuve Clicquot, and you probably all know that name well. But they're going to be here coming up this fall also to celebrate 40 Carats and the incredible Wine, Women, and Shoes event that happens.
Very nice.
So you've got that one. I guess everybody's got all of them.
I know you mentioned names, but when people talk about, like, for instance, your name, Clobber, when you hear that, do people in the wine community recognize you and want you to highlight their wines?
We do get an awful lot of people that come through showing their wares and hoping that we'll bring them on. I'll tell you that.
Well, and we should cheers that you are one of the people that really put the Suncoast on the map as a culinary destination. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
To Michael.
Congratulations to all of you on your 3rd anniversary.
Thank
This
you.
is
To
so
Michael,
cool.
to the Suncoast, to all that we have become, all of us together here and with all of you. This is one of our favorite places on earth, and we absolutely love to highlight the great things in it.
So we've been celebrating all the great memories, and it's nice to now end looking ahead. What we still have, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up for year 4.
Oh, yes, we do.
Thanks.
And Joey would know because he's in charge. So.
Well, I got 3 great ideas from Michael just now, so that's great.
All right, there we go.
The hits keep on coming.
Yes, exactly. We are excited to begin year 4 with all of you, and we have no doubt that there are a lot of great things to come here. Big thanks to Michael Clobber for celebrating with us today. Another Michael in the house as well. We are happy to have Michael White here working on our caricature. We can't wait to show you a finished product. You'll have to tune in for that on Monday. Take some time, enjoy the Suncoast view.
Cheers, Linda.
Cheers.